Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what the universe wanted from us. And it is with that language that we were able to look down at our birth charts to understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're going to get into Mercury. Mercury is the planet of your thought process and your communication properties and faculties. And so today we're going to get into Mercury in the first house. Now Mercury in the first house is going to give me very much the energy of someone who is seen as very, very social and very busy. But before we go ahead and unpack that very fun and intellectual placement, let's go ahead and really dissect and separate the aspects. That way we understand more of what this energy is and what it can do, and when we see it separately in different areas of the birth chart and out in the world, we can understand what these things mean. That way we're not just confined to Mercury in the first house, okay? We can go out and we see Mercury playing out in the world, we can go, okay, Jupiter told me that, Mercury does this, and he also told me that the first house does this, and now you can go ahead and play with those energies in different areas of the birth chart and put them together in different combinations as they come up, all right? And that's how you learn the language of the stars, all right? Now, with Mercury is the planet of your communication, all right? Mercury rules Gemini, or Gemini rules Mercury, but more so Mercury is the busy planet. It is the higher mind, is the intellectual properties. It is also your speaking, what you speak, what you think about. When you see Mercury in the birth chart, for me as an astrologer, it always shows me, what is this person thinking about? What is this person always wants to talk about? If I want to know what your favorite topic to talk about, or the flavor in which you like to speak, or the conversations you like, I'd look for your Mercury. What are the topics that get you going and that you could talk about all day, all night? What is your mind always on? That's what Mercury is, okay? Now, the first house is ruled by Aries, all right? This is the very action-oriented house. This is the house of your appearance, how you look, how you are perceived, what people see you as, all right? Your first house carries your first impression and your personality and how you look. And so different planets and different signs will color what those traits are and qualities of how the world sees you. What is the first impression of you, okay? Now, what happens when we throw Mercury and we throw it into the first house? What do we get? What do we look like? What happens? Okay, so first and foremost, you are going to be someone that has a very youthful appearance, all right? You're gonna be someone that looks very young and very social and vibrant and youthful, okay? Because you are so busy and because you're so vibrant and so social, you're gonna have this young vibe to you. No matter how old you are or how old you get, there's gonna be a youthfulness to you, a vibrancy to you, a way about you that looks like you want to connect and can connect and is talking, all right? You are also going to be someone that when people see you, their first impression of you is you speaking, all right? How people come to know you, the stories that people tell about you of how they met you will always be you speaking, you being the one that was gossiping, you being the one that was teaching, you being the one that was holding this presentation where you were speaking or holding a speech. That will always be your first impression. That will be tied to your persona or your first impressions of you, okay? You will be the young looking person that was bouncing around the room talking to everybody, okay? And people sometimes may confuse you for a Leo, because between you with Mercury in the first house and Leo, we don't know who's more social or who is the more of a social butterfly, because you will have that element to you where it won't be so, me, but it'll be them. You are always like, where is the information? Where are the people? Who is it here to know? What's the secret? What's the tea? Oh my God, okay, I got it from you. On to the next, gotta go. You just want to discover who's in the room. What do these people come with and carry with? For you, I'm sure there is a philosophy of yours is that there is a nugget of treasure in every person. There is a nugget of information in every person that you come across, and that's what you want to get. You want to get those nuggets. You are stimulated by information. And so you could have a very studious appearance. You could be someone that is seen as always talking, always communicating. I see a lot of teachers with this placement. I see a lot of orators with this placement. I see a lot of people who are on the debate team with this placement, because Mercury is aligning with the first house, and the first house has Aries in it, meaning that you are going to be very action oriented. You are going to be very debate like with your talking skills and with your intellectual properties. You are going to use that to kind of defend yourself, or you're just going to downright be someone that is very active socially. You're going to be you will express your mind, and you and your mind are one and the same. You and what you think about are one and the same. You are someone that speaks up and will say what's what and doesn't mind who is in the room. Or you speak, you communicate, you talk. You don't care what the issue is. You don't care what the vibe is. You don't care. You are going to speak. And this is what people know you as. Either the one that's speaking all the time, you the one that's being social all the time, you just being social. Now, with this placement, first off, before I get into the motivational aspect of this placement, can you let me know if this is resonating with you? Is this resonating with you? Are you very social? Are you just very downright busy? Like, maybe you don't have a social life, but you're super busy. That could work with this placement. Let me know in the comments if this is you. And while you're at it, could you let me know the sign that your Mercury in the first house is in? Because that will help me to write back to you what you could be experiencing with your specific placement, So let me know in the comments. I'm just behind my computer and in my little esoteric books and using my intuition to figure out what this could be for you. And I really, really do love when you guys put your input and let me know if it's resonating for you, if this is what it is for you, okay? And yeah, put the sign that it is in. But as for Mercury in the first house, sometimes people can perceive you as someone that is a little fake, or someone that is a little surface level. Some people probably don't perceive you as deep. They see you as social, but not deep. And you may even feel that way about yourself sometimes too. You may feel like, oh my God, do I have ADHD because I just can't focus? Like, why is it when I go out with my friends, I want to leave my friends and go off to meet other friends? I want to go off and do something else. I can't sit still. I can't. It's because you have Mercury in the first house. And I don't want you to see that as a hindrance. I want you to more so take that as your superpower. Spider-Man doesn't complain that he has webs when Superman has a cape. It's a different superpower, and there are blessings and curse to every superpower. So a curse to your superpower would be that you just can't sit still, and that some people may perceive you as someone that is gossipy, or is always like has a squirrel in your pants. You can't sit down. You're very surface level. You don't like to get deep, because the minute it gets too deep, you're like, all right, I gotta go, because it's not stimulating you. You're like, all right, on to next. You just need to be stimulated. It's not that you're not deep. It's just that you need to be stimulated, and once you feel you have the information of what you need to know, you move on to the next to be further stimulated, okay? So really go easy on yourself. Use this as a superpower. You could be the world's best orator, narrator. You could be the world's best voiceover person. You could be the world's best teacher. You could give amazing speeches. You could be someone that is highly social and a great connector. I've seen that with these placements where you become the plug. You are the person to know, because through you know all the connections. Through you become the plug. You become somebody that knows who is where, how to get through. You become the gatekeeper. You become the great gatekeeper of out in society, where people come to you for information and connections with other people, all right? So take this on as a blessing. I really do hope that this gave you some inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. If you have a different placement that is not Mercury in the first house, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to add that to the list of videos that I can get out for you guys, okay? But until further ado, I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Y'all have a great day. Bye.